This is good, especially when you're walking around, and the slightest leash pressure won't make your dog get out of position. So in this video, I'm going to show an example of resistance training. For those that don't know or haven't heard of resistance training, it's when you work with the dog's opposition reflexes. So when you pull one way, the dog goes the opposite way. That's a natural reflex or instinct. So we're going to use that for our advantage. So I'm going to teach, so I'm going to tell her to sit or to stay. And I'm going to pull. See, like that? Good girl. So I'm teaching her that even if there is pressure pulling, she still has to stay in that position. Good girl. So it helps her to have some control. Good girl. This is good, especially when you're walking around, and the slightest leash pressure won't make your dog get out of position. See? Good girl. No. Sit. You want to start super close, and you pull, and you say, good girl. Good girl. So you let her know that um, the pressure, instead of following it, she has to stay in that position regardless of pressure. So when I pull this way, her instinct or reaction is going to be to go the opposite way or to maintain that position. Good girl. Doing it in a sit position is generally the easiest. See, and like it doesn't matter if I pull. See? Good girl. Good girl. But there's a difference. See, this is just pressure. Good girl. So I'm going to keep my intervals constant. Good girl. And another interval. Good girl. See, I'm pulling. Good girl. And then I can say, to let her out of this position, I will say, Muñeca, free. Good girl. So you do need to teach the free command separately. So that's a free command. It lets her know that it's okay to get out of position. But if I give her a different command like Muñeca, down, then she has to stay in that position regardless of pressure. But I can reward that. Good girl. You could start super close when you're first starting. Good girl, so she doesn't move. Good girl. I'm gonna pet her. Good girl. No. Down. And just jiggle the leash down or push it down. Good girl. Good girl. I'm gonna step on the leash so she doesn't get back up. So then I'm gonna be really close and I'm gonna pull the leash. Good girl. I'm gonna let her know that this is okay. Good girl. Good girl. And then I'm gonna finish with a free command. Muñeca, free. Good girl. And that's how you teach leash pressure.